It's 935 KD Morning Show, your boy Romeo, and I've been in radio for over 20 years, and I've done some major things. But this is probably the most important, the most incredible thing I'm about to do right now, sitting down with you, the legendary Smokey Robinson. Thank you for joining my show.
Thank you, Romeo. And then I'm finally getting a chance to see you, man. And you told me you've been in radio for 20 years. You
Yes,
must have
sir.
started when you were 2. My God.
Yeah, I was in diapers right around the radio
You
station.
had to be, man. Look
Playing
at you,
these
man.
records.
Are you
Well,
kidding
thank
me?
you. Look at me. Look at you. We can go all day on this one now.
Wow.
And you know, really, this conversation, man, because it's not an interview, it's a conversation. I would want to start in the beginning, but I want to start with what you're doing now. Let's start with the new project that you have out right now. And what made you say, I want to go ahead and do another record?
Well, you know, I write all the time, Romeo, and so I hadn't had a recording out of original material in a long time, about 10 years or so, you know. So I decided I wanted to do that, you know, and I started to write some songs for it, and a couple of the songs that are on this particular CD, I had them already. I'd written them a while back when I was going to do another CD, and I figured that they fit the subject matter. So I included them in this. But yeah, man, I just wanted to record something original, some original material, because it had been a long time.
Yeah, and we're all excited to hear it. Of course, you're going to be at the OC Fair. Looking forward to seeing you there. It's going to
All
be
right.
awesome.
You coming?
Matter of fact, I am.
Okay, I'm
We're
going to
we're
look for you.
We're going to seal the deal right now.
All
I'm going
right.
to be there. I'm going to hang
All
out.
right, cool.
It's going to be a great time. And like you, to have written so many hit records and to be so legendary at this, what comes first for you? Is it the title? Is it a certain line where it starts the whole creation of the song? For Smokey Robinson, what jumps off a song for you when it comes to writing it?
Whatever comes first.
Really?
Yeah, there's no formula, man.
Mhm.
There's no this comes first or that comes first. You know, sometimes it's a melody.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a phrase or a couple words or something. You might say something during this interview, and I say, "Ooh, that make a good song." I might give you credit. No, but it happens for me like that, man. There's no formula. There's no nothing, and I don't need to be in a certain place or anything like that to write. Like I got to go to the mountains for 2 months so I can isolate myself. Don't happen for me like that.
Yeah.
It's on a daily basis. It's just, you know, stuff happens in life. And I can see a billboard sign, something, you know.
And that's what triggers it.
That's what triggers.
You don't have to be Kanye West going to Montana doing all that. You know what I'm saying? But I think about, okay, so we talk about the new project, Gasms. Let's start with that one, right? And I think I see some of the titles on the new project, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
what was really going through Smokey Robinson's mind with some of these titles? Because if without even hearing the lyrics, just the title alone, I'm intrigued.
All right.
Do you know that most of the time that you have that effect on people based on some of the title of your song?
You know, I think that the one before this album, it's been happening a lot since this album came out. But the one that got the most controversy like that was Cruising.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, people still come up to me and say, "Hey, man, when you said cruising, you meant so-and-so and so-and-so, didn't you?" No, baby. I meant whatever you mean. Whatever you mean by cruising with your person, that's what I mean. That's what I was talking about. You know, so that's what happens with this album. People say, "What do you mean by coming to Gasms?" And I mean whatever your gasm is.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I love it, though. I love the title. But like I said, it sucks people in to where they want to be like, okay, I got to see what this record's about.
I was hoping for that.
Yeah.
That was the plan, Romeo.
Well, the plan is working. I will
All
honestly
right,
tell you
baby.
that. And I'm glad you brought up Cruising. So when D'Angelo wanted to redo that record, what was the process of that when he wanted to redo that?
There's no process, babe.
Mhm.
You know, when you write a song, if somebody wants to record it, they're free to record it. All they have to do is just call the publisher and let them know that, you know, that I'm going to record this song. They don't have to get permission. They don't have to do any of that.
So
you know?
you didn't have to hear it to be like, I approve of it.
No.
any of that?
And D'Angelo, he's my little brother, man. You know, I know his
Okay.
mama and all of them, you know. So
Yeah.
D'Angelo, when he recorded Cruising, I was excited, man. And in fact, I surprised him. He was on a TV show. I forget which one it was now, but he was on a TV show when Cruising came out.
Yeah.
And the producer of the show had called me and said, "Hey, D'Angelo's going to be on the show. We want you to come and surprise him when he sings Cruising."
Wow.
You know, so he started playing Cruising. He started singing it, and I came walking out, and we sang it together, you know. But I was really excited, and he killed it. I mean, his funky,
Oh yeah.
blues. You know, he cruised on out. Yes, he did.
No, there's some people that redo songs. You're like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. But like he did it.
Oh,
like,
baby,
he did it nice.
Yes, he did.
Got to salute him on that. So of course we're 935 KD, first hip hop station in the world, Smokey Robinson, and we've been around for 40 years. Just our 40th anniversary, right?
I'm aware.
So we go back to shop around 1960, right?
Yeah, baby.
You're creating songs from scratch. Now all of a sudden rap comes into play and you have these records. How did you feel about them when they were using other people's tracks? And have you ever been approached about some of your tracks?
You know what, Romeo? I have had so many of my songs, what do you call it?
Is it sampled or where you want to use?
Yeah, that's a good word, sampled. And when it first started happening, people would come to me and ask me just what you just said. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I feel wonderful.
Love it.
People thought I was going to say, oh, no, I don't want them to. No, man. There are a billion songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most of the people who have sampled my songs are songwriters themselves. They just put some of my song in one of their songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't beat that as a songwriter, man. When I write a song, I hope it's a song that people are going to want to sing and hear and play and do all that forever. Okay? So when they sample my songs out of the billion songs that they had a choice to choose, and they got one of mine, that's oh man, that's a blessing. I can't even tell you how wonderful that is to me, man. So my message to them is sample all of mine, please.
I love hearing that because I mean the hip hop culture, like, we eat off that. It is what it is. Yeah, we have some original, but you hear so many records from the Isley Brothers to yours and everything. Yeah. And the fact that you embrace it like that says a lot about you and your material and the culture and moving the culture forward. So I salute you on that, for real, for real.
That's how I feel, man.
Wow. Yeah. So now we talk about all the records you've done, the people that you've worked with. I want to throw a couple of names at you, Smoke, if you don't mind, just to see if you can give me a one-liner what you feel about them.
Okay.
Stevie Wonder.
My brother for all times. I know that's more than one line, but Stevie Wonder is probably one of the most talented musical people to ever live. You know, Stevie Wonder, if you listen to Stevie Wonder's music, man, Stevie Wonder's music covers everything from gospel to jazz and everything in between. You know what I mean? So Stevie Wonder is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That is true. What about Aretha Franklin?
Aretha Franklin was my baby, man. You know, I've known Aretha Franklin since she was 5 years old, man. And we were really, really, really close. And she was truly the queen of soul. Yeah. You know, she had that outstanding delivery and that outstanding voice. And it came from her church roots, you know, and that's what. And I was so glad when she finally went over to, I think the first move she made was to Atlantic or something like that, from Columbia, because her dad didn't want her to sing like that. You know, Reverend Franklin, he wanted her to either sing gospel or jazz, you know. And her first albums were jazz albums. They were like the Great American Songbook, all the standard tunes and stuff like she was singing for Columbia and stuff like that. And we used to talk about it. And, you know, so finally she decided, hey, I'm going to be me. And she signed with Clive and, you know, and the rest is history, man.
It is.
You know? So, she was my baby, and I miss her all the time. We used to talk all the time. And the last conversation I had with Aretha was probably maybe a week or two before she died. And she was in the hospital, and she was, you know, planning on getting out. And she would call me to ask me who I wanted to play me in her movie.
Wow.
Baby, who you want to play you in my movie? I said, I don't care who plays me. That's up to you, you know. But that was the last conversation that we had. Man. And the next thing I knew, she was gone. Yeah. And
it was a hard loss for us all, truly.
Yeah,
truly.
Man. It was really rough.
Couple more names I want to throw at you. Barry Gordy. I got to throw that name at you. What comes to mind?
Barry Gordy is my best friend, man.
Yeah.
He, you know, Barry Gordy is the reason I'm sitting here. And the reason you asked me about Stevie Wonder and people like that, you know, because Barry Gordy was our catalyst, man. He, I tell people all the time, I believe in my heart, man, that they always say, well, why'd you have all those talented people in Detroit and everybody was in Detroit? Yeah. Barry Gordy was in Detroit, man. That's why we were successful, because he was a music man, and that was his first love. And when I met him, he was a songwriter, a record producer, and he started Motown a year or two after we met, and he was at the helm. So we had a music man at the helm. We didn't have some attorney or somebody like that, or a guy who was a multimillionaire say, well, I'm going to play around in the record business and start a label. None of that.
Yeah.
We had a music man at the helm. You know what I mean? So I think that he was our advantage, because he knew music and he knew what we should be doing. And he mentored us. And we were all young kids and making music under his regime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that was our advantage. Not the fact that we had so many talented people in Detroit, and because everywhere has that.
Yeah, that's true. But just the way he polished everyone to be prepared.
Yes.
From mannerism to being on stage, like, I salute that. And I miss that in today, because now someone can just go viral on YouTube or TikTok and have a hit record, but they're not ready for the business.
Well,
and that
and you're right, because we had artist development, man, at Motown.
Absolutely.
And you had to go. There was no, you signed with Motown, and then you could go to artist development if you want to, and if you don't go. No, you had to go.
It was part
and
of the process.
Didn't matter who you became, Romeo.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Motown was in Detroit. When I got back to Detroit, if I'd been gone on tour or something like that, or Marvin or Stevie or Diana, whoever it was, you went to artist development for two days a week. Wow. You had your 2 days that you went to artist development, and you had to go like you were going to school.
Yeah, had to do it.
And you went there for 2 days a week,
Absolutely.
No matter who you became.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful asset for us to do that, man, because we wanted our acts to be ready when people saw them. We didn't want to be like you just said. You see people online and it makes it, and then you see, oh gosh,
can't do interviews, don't know how to act, all of that.
Exactly.
But it is where we is in today's time. But I wanted to bring up real quick Anderson .Paak. Okay. That record together, I just thought was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And who reached out to who for that project to happen?
Dre. Dre called me.
Okay.
And he said, Smoke, he said, man, I got this
Dr.
artist.
Dre.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah.
We talk about that Dre.
For those of you who don't know who I meant by Dre, I mean Dr. Dre. Yeah. He called me and said, man, I got this artist in the movie, and I want you to hear him. I want you to come and write some stuff with him.
Wow.
So I said, okay, because Dre's my man, So I said, okay, I'll come. Mm-hmm. So I went in, it was Anderson, man. And he had started the song. And there was a few profanity things in there. And Anderson is so talented, man.
He really is.
He is a
all across the board.
Wonderful artist, man.
Absolutely.
He's so talented, just across the board. And I told him, I said, I don't think you need to say that. I don't think you need to say this right here. I said, let me have it. So I took it home and worked on it, and we recorded it, and it became a really big record for him, which I was very happy about, because I think that stations played it who formerly hadn't played Anderson .Paak.
We talk about the wave and other
things.
things.
Absolutely.
I would hear it all across the board, and I'd be like, that's a great look for him.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting here like this. The fact that Smokey Robinson said to Anderson .Paak, let me take your record home and go and play with it.
That's right.
Come on.
Right. But he's my nephew. He calls me Uncle Smoke. So
man.
So and I enjoy working with him. He's so talented. He's a wonderful, wonderful person.
Well, I appreciate you stopping by. I know we're going to run across each other's paths again, hopefully at the OC Fair that's going down on July 19th.
I'm going to look for you, man, because you said you're going to be there.
I'm going to hit up your people. I'm going to be like that. Yo, Cousins is here. Yo, Unc, I'm here.
All right, baby.
But I want to say congratulations on the new project. And my last big question to you is, you have so much time allowed on stage, but yet you have so many hits. You have this new project. How do you pick and choose what you're going to perform?
Well, we change them up every now and then, man.
Okay.
And the show lasts for probably pretty close to 2 hours, and we have fun, and so occasionally I would change up some of the songs to put other songs in. And then especially when we have a new project out like we have now with the Gasms, we're now singing 2 songs from the Gasms album, and we've inserted those into the show. So that's added another 20 minutes.
Exactly.
so it's a little longer now than normal. But,
Yeah. The legendary Smokey Robinson, Gasms, make sure you stream that. Make sure you go check it out. And like he said, he has enough hits where he can switch it up doing shows. Some people got like, this is the only 6 records we got. We got to roll with this. I salute you. It is an honor, it's a blessing just to be in your presence. And I say I look forward to seeing you on, July 19th, OC?
Well, thank you, man, and I appreciate you too, man. Like I said, it's a joy to get a chance to see you, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate
it. Look at you, Joey. You've been here for 20 years, man. And I'm not pulling your chain, man. If I just saw you just now, And somebody said, how old is he? I would have said no more than 25 or something like that.
Man,
yeah.
hold on, what I owe you? What I owe you, man?
I'm not kidding you, man.
But at the same time, nobody can tell me that's your real age. 'Cause I'll be like, man,
You're real age 3, man.
48, 51. Come on. We holding on to it. You want to know why? We don't stress.
There you go.
We
Don't crack.
stress.
We don't crack.
Smokey Robinson in the building. K-Day, let's go.